Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do some creamy pan fried chicken, and basically it's fried chicken breast like you normally would in a flour spice mixture. Fry it, set it aside, and then we're going to make some gravy to go over it, and that's it. That's all. That'll be the whole supper. These are made with chicken breast that I butterflied. So you take a chicken breast, lay it up on the side, slice it, and then make it look like butterfly wings. So I've already got a whole plate of it here, and set it aside. And now we're going to get ready to do the gravy. Now, I may pour off just a little bit of this grease and then gradually add it if I need it. So let me find something to pour it into. I feel like it's a smidge too much. Pour some of it out. Now, I'm going to give you a recipe to kind of go by for those of you that don't know really how to do this. And that way you have it. Right now we're getting our grease hot again. And make sure I got my garlic powder. Now, if you wanted to put fresh garlic in this, now would be the time to do it with your grease. And as it's starting to get hot again, you'll see it's sizzling. I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons. I'm trying to find something. Hold on just one second. I'm going to just get a tablespoon out of the silverware drawer here. When you get your grease hot, and I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit, I'm going to get 2 tablespoons of flour. Now this is all purpose, but I've made gravy with self-rising flour before. It does not matter. That doesn't matter at all. You do need a good whisk though, because that really does help. It helps to break some of this up, which your chicken broth is going to break some of this up. But I want to leave all my little cracklings in there. Okay. Now I got me some milk and I got me some chicken broth. So we're going to do a cup of each. As soon as I find my measuring cup I need. Okay. And then you see all these cracklings in here from the chicken. Now it's easier to do a boneless, skinless breast than it is bone-in pieces. It's going to take you forever. Now if you're comfortable with that, then you know, by all means. But I was looking for something easy and cheap to make. So go ahead and start. Now once it starts thickening up some, kind of go ahead and add your liquids. And then what I'm going to do is, since I'm going to use garlic powder, I'm going to wait until my liquids are added, and then I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'm not going to do it quite yet. Okay. I'm going to put a smidge more flour in there. Just a little bit more. Sometimes if you don't have your grease or flour ratio correctly, it won't do exactly quite right. So you have to kind of play with it a little. Especially if you're making the gravy after you've cooked something. You know, like meat or whatever. Okay. Ooh, this stuff's hot. Okay. So I need a cup of chicken broth. And a cup of milk. Now, you can use heavy cream, but I'm going to use milk. And this is just going to be a milk gravy. Chicken flavored milk gravy. And then I'm going to peel me some potatoes, and I'm going to make some mashed potatoes. And this gravy you can pour over the chicken and the potatoes as well. You'll be able to do both. Okay, now the milk cooled everything back off, so I'm having to heat it back up again. And it'll start to loosen some of these cracklings. Alright, I'll be right back here when it starts to boil. Okay, y'all. So this is the finished product. If you can see, it's thickened quite a bit. So it was 1 cup of, I'm going to turn this off for now. 1 cup of chicken broth, 1 cup of milk or cream. You can use heavy whipping cream. Now, we're going to go ahead and put in some garlic. Yeah. So I'm just going to add a little bit because, you know, it's just a little bit too much. A little bit of paprika. Just a little bit because I don't want to change the color of it too much. My mom never put paprika in hers, so some pepper. A little bit of salt. And some onion powder. Okay. And I'll just mix all that in together. I don't think my mom ever put anything in hers but salt and pepper, probably. She didn't experiment with a lot of spices. Let's put it this way. My spice cabinet is bigger than what... She didn't have that many spices. She didn't really cook with a lot of stuff. But my favorite thing that she made was her chicken and gravy. Alright, y'all. So, I'm going to set this aside and make some mashed potatoes real quick. And I will be back with you for the ending of this video. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. I paired it with some mashed potatoes and put gravy on both. And I'm going to have biscuits with it. You can serve rolls, biscuits, anything. Biscuits would probably be the best. And gravy needs to go on both the potatoes and the meat. But that's it. Real easy and simple. Thickened up just fine. It's very flavorful. You may have to add some salt, so you need to kind of watch your salt and see what you prefer. But pretty easy and simple and a cheap dinner. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a really quick stovetop tortellini. And I've already cooked a pound of ground beef and 1 chopped onion and drained the grease. So we're going to go ahead and start adding everything else. Alright, we need a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. We also need some chili powder, 2 teaspoons. I'm going to be real scarce with that because I don't want to do too much. Teaspoon of cumin. Make sure I didn't grab cinnamon. A teaspoon of dried cilantro. And I'm going to put garlic powder instead of, and we're going to need a good dose of that, instead of fresh garlic. So we're going to mix all this together. Okay. Now, you need to add a can of enchilada sauce. I'm using the green, but you can use red or green. And a can of rotel tomatoes. Now, this recipe does call for 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I'm not going to add that. But you can. If you like it spicy. Because this is already going to have a little bit of a kick to it. Not too much, but just a little bit. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and add our frozen tortellini. I always get this kind. This is the one I like. I picked up the wrong size bag. I got a bag that was way too big. So we're only going to need about half this bag. So I'm going to go ahead and put some in, and then we're going to put the rest up for another recipe. I thought I grabbed the right one. I actually thought I grabbed the one that I always grab, but no, I did not. This one's about 36 ounces, and then we only need like 19. So it's almost double. That's all right. This will be fine. All right, so what you're gonna do is I'm gonna bring this to a boil, which is not gonna take long because there's not much in here to bring to a boil. And then we're gonna turn it down and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. And then we're gonna add some cheese and we're done. So bring it to a boil first. What little bit of liquid you do have in here, because I don't think I'm supposed to add anything to this. No. And so it'll bubble. I got it on medium high right now. It's gonna bubble, then I'm gonna turn it down on low and let it finish cooking out. Let me add a lid. So I'll be back here in a few, as soon as I get it done. Okay, y'all. So this is starting to bubble, and every time I stir it, it calms back down. So I'm just going to cut it off. Sorry, cut it down on low, and then put a lid on top and let it finish cooking all the way out until the tortellini gets done. Everything else is cooked, so you won't have to worry about that. You're just trying to get your tortellini cooked, and you need to stir frequently. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. So this is finished. So I'm gonna stir it real quick. Okay. All right, I'm going to stick this under the broiler just for a few minutes. And melt this cheese. This was Monterey Jack cheese. So let me do that real quick and I'll be right back with you. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. I don't know if I ever told you what the title of it was. I just told you that it was a skillet meal, like a dumb-and-go skillet meal, tortellini meal, and I wanted to tell you it's called cheesy beef enchilada tortellini. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Okay, it's all melted. You can also just set the lid back on it, get it off the burner, and just set it aside for like 10 minutes, and it may melt, because I never even put this in the broiler, and it just melted like that, y'all. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.